Hey class, hopefully you're doing well, coming back from Christmas break. And I think if everything goes well, this should be kind of what you see when you first look at our class shell. So it's trigonometry class, and there's a few things that we need to do immediately uh, to get going. Okay, and so that's what I want to do here. The most important thing I think out of this video is how to get access to your homework would be the most important thing we could go over. And then the second most important thing would be scheduling for your exams because spots fill up so quickly with the way we do that at Ivy Tech now that we need to do it immediately. So those are the two things I want to cover in this video, and I'll be in touch again, probably first day of class, um, and all the rules and things. But these are things that are super important we have to do just to get going. So um, the first thing is let's go to textbooks, okay? It's going to look different for you the first time you do this than what I can show you, but you're going to need to either set up an account or log into your account using your Ivy Tech email. Has to be your Ivy Tech email. Use your Ivy Tech email. Which email do you use? Your Ivy Tech email. That's the one you use. Okay. So to get to the Pearson things, which is what the class is going to use, you have to use your Ivy Tech email. It's attached to your account, and that's the way you get to it. Okay. So you always have to get to this through our course shell. You won't have instructor tools. You'll have your student links, okay? And there are some other um, tools in here that are helpful that you might use later on in the semester. But just to get going, you have to use your Ivy Tech email. And since we're here, I'll pull up a homework and we'll see what that looks like once it gets going. So I'll just open this first homework here. Um, this course is the statewide version of the course. It's not my personal trigonometry class. This is the Ivy Tech statewide course. And some developers prefer longer assignments or shorter assignments. This one seems to be shorter. I've seen assignments where there's like 60 problems. This one only has like 10. Okay, so this is the beginning of the course. Okay, so this is what the first question would look like. We're given different angles. We're set, it's 330 degrees. Where is that? Well, that's almost a full circle, so we can kind of guess where it is. You could view an example if you would like some help with that. This is a way of um, kind of seeing, a step-by-step example. But what I really want to show you is how you can get help from me. So there are going to be problems in this class where you're just stuck. You've answered it, seems like it's right, or it just doesn't make any sense, and you want my help. This is how I want you to do that. Let me show that again. So get more help. Ask my instructor. This is how I want you to ask me homework questions. Okay? What it will do for me is you'll say, I need help with this problem. Okay? Something like that. Whatever. It sends me who you are, which class you're in, which problem you're on, and it sends me a link to the exact problem that you're looking for help. And that's going to help me because it's the only way I can see it. And I want to help you, but I have to be able to see the version that you want help with. It doesn't help if I do a different version. So you'll send that, it'll send me an email that you want help, and then hopefully within 24 hours, I will either send you a quick response or even record a 2-minute lecture of how I would do it. So I often send, videos like this, just a link to a video, and I'll just do quick, 1, 2 minute lectures over um, a a certain topic or question, and I will send it to you. And if it's a really good question, I'll send it to the whole class. Okay, but that's how I want you to ask homework questions, and I do want you to ask homework questions. Okay, um, because that's part of the learning process. So if you're to this step, things are going pretty good. So we can leave that there. If things are not going so good, you should send me a message or email or something, and we'll get you going. All right, next thing is Smarter Proctor. Believe it or not, we already have to worry about the exam, even on the first time we're meeting, because spots fill up so quickly. And I don't want to give away anybody's information, but I need you to schedule your exam, okay? Look at your schedule, your work schedule, your school schedule. Um, I don't have control over those things, right? I cannot schedule for your midterm exam for you, and you want to schedule as soon as possible. Believe it or not, the earlier you schedule, the better service you're going to get. The later you schedule, the worse service you're going to get. And in fact, those that wait till the week of the midterm or even the day of the midterm will probably have to pay a fee. The service that we use, Smarter Proctor, which is where I'm at right now, charges about a $20 fee, give or take a few dollars, for scheduling your exam last minute. And usually those appointments aren't very good anyway. Um, so those are some of the issues. We do have proctored exams that's required by the college. So that is what it is. I highly suggest taking your test at the Ivy Tech Testing Center. Any of the technical issues that could occur, any of the issues about anything with the exam, if you take it in the Ivy Tech Testing Center, it's their problem to fix it. It's not your problem. If you take it at home with Smarter Proctor, which could be the only option for you, maybe for some students that is the only option, um, problems have arise sometimes with internet issues, with proctors just refusing to proctor people, with telling students that they have the wrong identification, those types of things. They're nothing but a big giant headache. So if you can, schedule it with an Ivy Tech testing center. Um, you know, at most you would have to do that twice. The midterm and the final, that's the only time you would ever have to go to an Ivy Tech to take the test. But if you absolutely can't, which is the case for some students are not even in Indiana. Some students will not have transportation, or some students just simply can't. In those cases, um, choose the virtual option. I would still suggest scheduling as soon as possible. The free spots, the ones that are supplied by Ivy Tech, fill up so quickly. So if you do it the first week, you'll at least get someone from Ivy Tech to do it. And the later you wait, the more likely you'll just be um, filled with the Spartan Proctor, random Proctor that they give you. And again, if you happen to be an international student or someone that doesn't have, well, let's say someone that doesn't have an Indiana driver's license, sometimes those could be an issue. So I just really suggest taking it at an Ivy Tech testing center, because if any of those technical problems arise, it's Ivy Tech's problem and it's not your problem. And that's exactly the way you want it. Okay. And it's free, and that's great. Um, yeah, so that's good. Okay. We'll talk so much more about what's actually on the exam. When you take the exam, there's not going to be any surprises whatsoever about what's covered and anything like that. So that will all happen later. But those are just the two things that I can't do for you. I can't help you with. You have to do it yourself. So yeah, if there's any issues about those two things, being getting access to Pearson, which you've already paid for, you just need to sign in using the textbooks, and then the other thing is Smarter Proctor. If you schedule, you won't have to pay for anything. And believe it or not, the earlier you schedule, you get a better service. Okay, so I just really suggest testing center. It doesn't have to be the Bloomington campus. I'm on the Bloomington campus. It can be any Ivy Tech. You just go to your sign up for your local campus and you get the best service. If you happen to be near Bloomington or live in Bloomington, I'm on the Bloomington campus. I have office hours. This is my office. I'm usually here Monday through Friday. You can pretty well guess, unless I'm in class, I'm somewhere around my office from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Um, I have office hours Zoom link here. If you would like to meet on Zoom, we definitely can do that. As time has gone on, I find that students prefer kind of just asking me one single question when they have the question, and then I respond within 24 hours. That seems to be uh, what students have preferred with a class like this in the past. They ask this question. I need help with this one. I'm not understanding this problem, and I might send you a video back. Because often students, not everybody, but often students turn in or like to work late. And I don't, and so sometimes you'll ask me the question at you know 11:59 p.m. and I might answer you at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. That kind of. But anyway, those are just the two things I need you to get going on. Reach out as immediately if those are not working. And yeah, I'll probably make some other videos about actual content and that type of thing about assignments. But those are the two most important things to get started. Other than that, I'll just wait and listen for any questions that might arise, okay?